Hey everybody, John here, obviously, and in a departure from my long YouTube silence, I'm today reading to you an open letter that I have written to Canada's Employment Minister, the Honourable Carla Qualtrough. Now, I may or may not be pronouncing her last name correctly. I apologize. I'll put the name on the screen so you can read it yourself. My name is John Hembling, and I'm a Canadian citizen and a resident of Vancouver, BC. I'm writing today to thank you, Miss Qualtrough, for making your recent and bold policy announcement of 31 December, which was carried in Canada's National Post as well as other major media. That being your announced policy that Canadians dismissed from their employment due to refusal to participate in an experimental human drug trial for a collection of novel gene-altering inoculations, which are now widely known to be more dangerous than the illness they purport to prevent based on the CDC's all-causes mortality data, as well as being ineffective to their claimed purpose, as evidenced by the continued call for re-injection of so-called booster shots. These unwilling experimental subjects shall, by your policy, have either no access or reduced access to employment insurance benefits after they have been fired from their jobs for their refusal, that same employment insurance that they have paid into for their working careers. This bold departure from human rights principles, medical ethics, labor law, and conventional criminal law is to be praised for its bravery and its Teutonic efficiency, and the innovation it brings to Canada's nascent system of fiat governments and apartheid. Now, in thanking you for your bold innovations, Minister, I will be the first to admit that, like most Canadians, I have, for a long time, previously thought of apartheid as a mostly evil system of governance, although that may be simply because when I was much younger, I was an enthusiastic supporter of the international project to put an end to what we all thought was a corrupt and dehumanizing system of apartheid in the nation of South Africa. Obviously, our understanding back then of apartheid as a corrupt, destructive, and dehumanizing form of governance was naive. Like all modern and right-thinking people of conscience today, I know now that as long as the right people are subjugated and denied what they might selfishly claim as basic human rights, then apartheid is no more sinister than any other tool we might put to use to enforce our vision onto the unwilling. I would also like to compliment you for your blending of truthful and fanciful claims in your statement of the purpose of your December 31st policy, namely, your assertion that the denial of employment insurance benefits to workers who have paid for those benefits is, and I'm quoting you here, to keep workplaces open and free of COVID outbreaks and encourage vaccine uptake. This claim to keep workplaces open, stated in the same week that a long list of business types shall be forcibly closed by the government, was a particularly stylish flourish. This claim of intention is also particularly effective to distract the disobedient from understanding that what a policy creates is its actual purpose. In this case, that outcome being poverty, desperation, paranoia, homelessness, suicide, and a steady increase in human suffering. Your claim, which is that an injection so ineffective that recipients have a higher all-causes mortality rate than the uninjected is purported to reduce COVID transmission and infection, is both daring and artful, and you deserve all the admiration for your skill in saying so. In addition, your use of the term encourage when describing your policy's utilization of the threat to force compliance is deserving of special compliment. I, along with I'm sure many other Canadians, look forward to whatever next steps you contrive to terrorize, impoverish, and punish those Canadians who selfishly and foolishly cling to their so-called basic human rights. And I hope that we don't have long to wait before that ratcheting effect includes internment, transportation, and wage confiscation. If outmoded ideas of civil or human rights should impede such plans, I hope you will consider my modest proposal to implement emergency legislation reclassifying the disobedient as not actually human and thus neatly sidestepping any inconvenient laws still on the books and not yet out of favor in this country's courts. Thank you, and please keep up the good work. Your loyal subject, John Hembling, citizen of the former country of Canada. Best regards, and have a lovely day.